He's been with her over 5 years, but is now having second thoughts about their relationship. What is the source of his feelings? Well, we're going to let him tell it to you. Should he throw 5 years away, or is this something he can work through? Doc gets into it with him.
Well, first, I appreciate your work. I agree with everything you said. I've become a different man. I used to be the pushover guy. Now, it's true what you say. Women help you when they like you. And yeah. I can tell you 1,000 stories about that.
Good.
But so I've been with Caprice for 5 years. I'm at a point where I'm trying to decide whether or not I should stay with her or just, break up with her and move on to bigger and other things.
What's your interest level?
With Caprice right now, it's about 80%. Her interest level
why
in
are you
me
thinking
is...
about getting rid of her? You got 5 years in. You know her like a book. I'm assuming her interest level is 95% in you. You've been with her a long time. If she has a good attitude, why would you want to get rid of her?
Well, the one thing the one thing that I think is missing is that we don't have very deep, stimulating conversation, and that's something that I like.
She doesn't read, and you read.
Right. She reads.
Half the people that graduate from high school will never read a book, and if you're an intellectual, studious type, and she thinks Time Magazine. She doesn't know what Time Magazine is. You're going to have a tough time with her because intellectually she's way below you. But why did you spend 5 years with somebody like that?
I guess because I didn't have your materials to begin with.
Well, you're going to break her heart if you just come in out of nowhere. She's going to want to hire a hitman if she finds out I told you to drop her. You got 5 years in with a good woman, and is it she never reads? Does she have a college degree? Does she? Tell me how much she reads. I mean, intellectually, this is where the problem is, right?
It is. Intellectually, she just takes to like social media and pop culture and stuff like that.
That's all she cares about.
Yeah, and I don't.
Is she a good girl? Is she a sweet girl?
Oh, she's a very sweet, giving girl, Doc. I mean, she wouldn't tell you she's the most giving girl that there ever is.
Well, then I tell you, man, before you drop somebody, what I would do is buy Encyclopedia Britannica instead of watching TV one night. Read her the Encyclopedia. But
okay.
But it's hard to live with somebody 40 years if they never read anything. But she watches TV, right? I mean, she realizes Donald Trump is running for the presidency, or she doesn't even know that.
Well, no. I tell her to stay away from current events because they'll just turn you into a different person. So I've actually turned her to the materials that you have. Like, I've gotten her to listen to your radio shows. She shows a lot of flexibility when we do stuff like that. But for me,
she likes listening to the show.
Yeah, she thinks it's funny.
Yeah, you're gonna have a tough time beating this girl. I think you take this girl for granted. Let me put it to you this way: if it's 90% good, forget about the 10. And you got 5 years in with this girl. I'd hate to break this girl's heart.
Yeah.
So I'd stick with her, but you got to figure out what percentage it is. Now, if you're a bookworm and you're reading 3 books a week, then that might be a little different. How much can you guys sit down and when you drive down the let's say you go to the fair or something with her, when she's in the car for a half hour, you guys talking for a half hour?
Yeah, we try to. We try.
Try to. What is try to?
No, we definitely do talk. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Then the thing is this: you're not going to go out and match a 5-year relationship. And if this girl is honesty, loyalty, trust, if she's got all that, I would just forget this book reading stuff.
Okay. Well,
but if it's half of your life, you can't.
And that leads me to another question. I don't know if we have time or we should just lay this on pro coaching. Okay. So with Caprice, I've been with her for 5 years. For those two, our relationship was pretty bad. She had a very bad attitude. She was just basically a mean girl.
Yeah.
So lo and behold, about 2 years ago, out of those 5, she decided to get gastric bypass surgery, and her attitude completely changed. And now she's the woman that I've described to you. She's lost about over 100 pounds by now.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about that is they don't get to the cause. You know, there's an empty hole in their stomach, so they want to fill it up, and then they get fat. But the trouble is, a lot of these people have bypass. They end up putting the pounds back on. So you got to help in that area.
Oh no, I don't think there should be an issue because this was something that was done quickly. We actually went to UCLA and got it done there.
Oh, good. Okay. Just be supportive of her. Just be supportive of her. That's the main thing. But I wouldn't throw away 5 years. With a good girl, no way, man. If it's 90%, if it's 90% good, overlook the 10%. Thank you for the call, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Did you like that excerpt? Get way more, like over 150 hours of audio just like that at the Doc Love Club. And we have a free trial with no credit card needed. Check it out now, docloveclub.com.